Hello, hello, hello. What's good, everybody? It is not Tuesday. It's actually Thursday, but it's still time to talk some Cobra Kai. Missed this Tuesday, so I want to get that makeup in because we want to stay on track to be able to roll right into season 3 when it opens up. So, gonna knock this one out real quick. And missed this Tuesday, so I want to get that makeup. Cannot believe that. I swear I had that handled, but guess not. But yeah, we're going to talk some Karate Cobra Kai season 7. This episode was called The Lull. I don't know, is that because it was kind of a slower episode, a little lull in the season, or did it have a deeper meaning? You tell me down below. But this week opens up with Daniel showing just how lost he is by leaving this beautiful woman to wake up in her bed alone, and she is none too pleased about it. It's like you don't have a beautiful wife like that and just let her wake up alone day after day all summer long. What is Danielson thinking? Just for this 30-year-old grudge with Johnny? It's like, come on. He also forgot about his very important meeting with a very disgruntled Anush, and just Daniel seems to be heading down a path of losing it all if he doesn't find a way to get over this ancient rivalry. I mean, he needs to get his head out of his ass and like get him out of this funk because he's about to screw it all up. So I like how when his wife like tries telling him how unhappy and like enough about things getting how Nush was mad about getting punched in the stomach, and Daniel's just like, he'll be all right. Just totally blows it off, like no big deal. It's like your employee got punched in the stomach. What's up, Peter Griffin? I see you out there. But yeah, your employee gets punched in the stomach. You're like, blow it off, dust it off. You'll be all right. Put some dirt on it. It's like, come on, man. Daniel's just, he's round the bend on this one. He really needs to just, I don't know, figure it out because he's going to end up losing it all before it's over. But Daniel hears someone outside, and he's working out on the heavy bag, and he just thinks it's Robbie out there getting an early start. But no, to his surprise, it's Kreese with a message. And, I mean, that would be sweet to see Danielson. Do you guys think Danielson, let me know down below if you guys think Danielson could take Kreese in a fight right now. Who would win that fight? Because I think that'd be a good one. What do you think out there, Peter Griffin? Who would win that one? Who would win a fight between Kreese and Danielson? That'd be pretty sweet. Maybe we'll get to see it before it's over, but that would be awesome. But in this scene, we get a sense of like just how off the rails Kreese really is, because we should have known, like when he told us back before, like he couldn't even pass the psych eval to get back into the army, and he calls the kids soldiers and said the war is never over and it never ends. It's like, what's he talking about? Even Daniel's like, soldiers, these are kids. We were kids once. What does that have to do with anything? So yeah, I don't know, man. It's like, who's more crazy, Kreese or Daniel? They're both off the deep end. I don't know what's going on, but that's going to come to a head soon. But next we see Moon and Sam have reconnected, and Sam's glad to have a girly friend back in her life. And we also see that she's crushing hard on Robbie. That little situation we saw is not over. She is definitely catching some feels over it, and that's definitely going to be a situation that's going to have to be dealt with shortly. But Johnny's back from his buddy's funeral and sees Kreese has made himself right at home in his office, and he is none too pleased by it. Like, he's already irritated. His boy just died. All his boys were just telling him Kreese is no good, and he comes back to Kreese like totally trying to take things over. So I think Johnny's eyes are rapidly being opened for sure. Oh, Daniel doesn't lose. I don't know about that. He's the two-time champ. He's a two-time luck box. I don't know. I don't know. Could Kreese take him? Kreese, I think Johnny could take him, and Kreese and Johnny seem to be pretty even. So I don't know. That'll be. Daniel does he keeps pulling all these different things out that he seemed to learn over the years. So maybe Danielson knows a little bit more than we think he does. I mean, he was trying that one-handed handstand out there in the woods. So maybe Danielson's a little sicker than we really give him credit for. Oh, Peter Griffin, I don't know. Kreese seems like the type who has a real-life grenade in his back pocket. He probably does. Last ditch ever. It ain't over till it's over. Just, oh, man, you got to watch out for that guy. Never get caught slipping around him. Oh, Daniel would take them both out with one kick. Come on now. Danielson, no way. I don't think he's got it in him. But like I said, I don't know. Daniel keeps breaking out all these different things that he knows and all these different karate styles. So I don't know. Maybe he could take him. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. But excuse me. Kreese made mention that the bills were unpaid, acting like he's the one who paid them. I'm like, how would he accomplish that? He's like, oh, yeah, papers piling up and bills were unpaid. I'm like, if bills are unpaid, what's Crease's broke ass gonna do? He couldn't pay him unless it's just all a ruse, and he does still have cash from like his rich buddy that died left it to him or something. But I don't know, that's messed up. And that'd be crazy if we find out like that dude from Karate 3 that had all that money ended up leaving it to Crease, and Crease is actually rich and has all this cash, and he just really wants Cobra Kai back. That'd be like that's the big ruse he's coming for. And I still think Tori with a Y is his daughter. So yeah, I think we might find all that out before the end, but it'd be pretty crazy. But other than that, I'm like, how did Kreese pay any bills? It's like, come on now. But Kreese has changed the training for the day to take place at Coyote Creek, and Johnny's not sure that they're ready for that. But Kreese, in his manipulative ways, definitely gets him to look his way and gets him to agree to the training exercise because only and only when Johnny says it's okay, which, of course, what's Johnny going to say then in front of everybody? So, yeah, Kreese is the ultimate manipulator, that's for sure. But back at Miyagi-Do, and Dimitri and crew are complaining about the heat, and how gross was that when, like, while he's complaining about sweating from pores he didn't even know he had, all of a sudden he starts, like, Dimitri starts wiping his head sweat on Sam. She's like, that just creeped me out. That's kind of gross, especially with what's going on this day and age. That was gross watching that now. But I can't believe she didn't just, like, toss him into the pond right then and there. Just like, you know what, I'm done with you. You can go. Bye-bye. Oh man. You don't think Daniel, you don't like Daniel that much, but got to be the devil advocate? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, nobody else is sticking up for Miyagi-Do, so somebody's got to do it. What's up, Jake Cruz? I see you out there. What's good? Who do you think would win in a fight, Jake? Who would win in a fight between Kreese and Danielson right now? We got Danielson breaking out all these different kinds of karate that he knows that we didn't know he knew, and Kreese is Kreese. Peter Griffin says Kreese would have a grenade in his back pocket. I don't know. Who wins that fight? It would be dirty. The dirty, dirty. So Daniel's worried about what he's gotten these kids into when he should have been worried about basically what his wife is doing and his own livelihood. He needs to not worry so much about these kids and get back to his own life. But Daniel being Daniel. But out of Coyote Creek, we see that what Kreese had in mind, and a take no prisoners battle to the last man standing, capture the flag style. Like, oh, that's going to be gnarly with all these kids having to beat the hell out of each other to get their headbands. And enter stage left, Stingray. And our man Andy, he can't be here. He's got to work early tomorrow, but he was saying something about Stingray, and I thought it was going to be that dude was going to like try to get a cool car like Johnny, but oh no, he took it a step further. He took his whole ensemble. He's like, respect to the Hawk. That was hilarious. Oh, Cobra Kai definitely has another student that has decided to flip the script Hawk style. He's like, respect. I was like giving the little kid respect. He's like old enough to be his dad. He's like, that was awesome. Heretofore, you can refer to me as Stingray. And instantly, with zero respect, our man Johnny's just like, yeah, whatever, Chubbs. He's on your team. That was so classic. Just pure Johnny Gold. Got to love Johnny in this one. But yeah, dude, what's up with the Stingray? He's just bringing the love now. That's just too much. Respect to the Hawk. I was dying. That was pretty good. Daniel good with rules and tourney form. Not sure about his outdoor brawl technique. Yeah, I don't know when it comes to that fight to the death stuff. I don't know. Does Daniel have what it takes? We might end up finding out by the end of this, and then he'll go Miyagi and take it easy on whoever he's battling because that's what they do. But back at Miyagi-Do, and they're getting their Soshu Gecko on. Well, at least Robbie and Sam are. Dimitri is still as hopeless as ever. And will he ever get this karate thing down? Because he is seeming pretty hopeless at every turn. It's like, he doesn't seem to be getting any better at all. Like, is Dimitri just hopeless, or is he ever going to get this thing down? But Sam says they need a break, and the heat is killing them. And Danielson says, oh, you want to cool off? I got you. And sounds like old Danny Boy's got a plan. That's not going to be good for them and be what they want. So I have to check that. But back out at Coyote Creek, and no surprise, Tori with a Y and Miguel are partnered up and walking tall. And it looks like Tori with a Y is fully taken to this no mercy lesson. Like, if she had already secured her foe's headband, like she had no remorse when she gave him that one last roundhouse kick to the face to put him all the way down. And then Miguel just spews off the line, no mercy, as they walk away. It's like, what's up with that? That seems like a little dark, but they're walking a little too far down the crease side, and our man Johnny saw that, and he is not happy with that at all. We see that's going to be a problem. But Miguel is definitely seems to be being led down this path, and I don't know, like, will he see the light before it's too late, or is that going to just end up being a serious problem for our man? But over to the local freezer, and it's time for Miyagi-Do to learn some Kangeko. The art of fighting in the extreme cold. And Sam asks if there aren't any geckos that take place in a spa, which was definitely one of the best lines in this one. And Daniel's about to give these kids pneumonia, taking them back and forth from extreme heat to extreme cold. Like, what's he doing? Like, he's going to get these kids sick as hell. Like, Daniel just needs to chill out. And the nerve of him blowing off that Anoush meeting when he promised that he would be there and then ghosting his wife when she called right after. Like, dude, you promised your wife you're going to be there, and then you know it's her calling, and you just ghost her and don't answer. Like, Danny Boy is absolutely playing with fire with this one. It's like, man, what are you thinking? Like, Danny, no, you about to lose it all. Oh, Dimitri probably gonna season 3 look like the. I know he comes back all roided out, just even more flips the script than Hawk ever did. Like, take Stingray to a whole new level. That'd be excellent, but I just don't see it happening that way. But something's got to happen, because he can't just keep getting thumped up and being as pathetic as he is, because they are leaning into that. So that's got to have a payoff in the end for us. But I love the screeching Hawk sound. Like, every time before Hawk comes on the screen, we get that screeching Hawk. You know he's coming. He comes flying out of the tree and pounces on his own boy. And I don't know. I didn't like how he said, like, he must have earned that Medal of Honor that he stole. Like, that was pretty lame. It's like, what? You earned it because you just jumped out of a tree on your boy's head? That's not cool. And then Miguel saw this, and you know that's going to be a problem, because he is none too pleased. Like you said, we're not, like we find out later, they're not all assholes. But back in the freezer, and no shocker, Sam's a natural at Ken Gecko and picks it up instantly. And Robbie seems to be a natural at it as well. But of course, Dimitri, his first attempt's not going so great. So they take us back out to the woods, and it seems like Cobra Kai's top 2 students are the last ones standing. But hey, Aisha finished a strong third. Can't be too mad at that, even though she is. Poor Aisha, she's just never smiling. This poor girl, I hope she gets a happy ending by the end of this. Happy ending. But in the freezer, Daniel tries again to give Dimitri a pep talk, and right about the time he said, actually, in the comics, it's called Spider Sense, I'd have been out. I would have been done with this kid right then and there. I was like, you are hopeless. Get out. Just go away. But no, Daniel finds a way to get him to understand, and hey, lo and behold, it worked, or at least for a second it did, and then, of course, he gets bashed. But Daniel finally bothers to look at his phone and sees that he may be in a little trouble with the wifey. And, of course, he lies to his daughter. She's like, everything okay? Oh, yeah, sure. Which, I mean, what are you going to say to your daughter? But you know good and damn well things are not okay, and it is about to be a problem. There's just no way. And it's like, and what are you thinking, too? I mean, all this over the 30-year grudge and just going to lose it all. Like, you're nuts. But out in the woods, Miguel confronts Hawk about being the one who trashed Miyagi-Do, and Hawk acts like it was the right thing to do. He says, if you want the medal so bad, come and take it. And I gotta say, Hawk had some big brass balls on him these days. Like, he knows that Miguel's a better fighter, and like, he wasn't gonna back down. He gave it his all, and of course, Miguel gets it, but the two battle it out, and Miguel gets the better of him, and Kreese says finish him, and Miguel actually shows no mercy, and this really seemed to peeve Johnny off. But again, we get a big misunderstanding. Johnny's disgusted by the way Miguel's actions, but he doesn't realize what the actions are for, and that it's because that he found out what Hawk did by trashing Miyagi-Do. So if he'd have just gave him that little bit of information, they'd be on a whole different path, but nope, we're going down the dark side. Miguel yells out, Team Black, as if they were like the champs, but oh no, not yet. Not all headbands have been accounted for. And straight out of Nam style, our man Chubbs lets us all know the thing about stingrays is. That was so sweet. Chubbs is just epic. I love that character. But Johnny doesn't care about the lesson. He lets Miguel know that this is no longer the Cobra Kai way, and no matter what Kreese tries to teach you, we're not about that. We're not about that life anymore. So Miguel, he's getting confused and gonna have to figure some things out. But over to the LaRusso household, and Robbie's made himself right at home, so much so that he says screw it and decides to indulge in all the home's perks, even little Sam. And you just know this can't end well. Like, you should have just stuck to your guns. You had it right the first time. You just don't shit where you eat. And what are you doing, Robbie? Don't do it. And speaking of not ending well, Daniel gets to the dealership way too late and hears that Anoush isn't the only one that he may be in danger of losing, and the wifey just absolutely lets him have it. Unhappy wife, unhappy life, you already know. And wifey lets him know that she is done, and when you focus on one thing, sometimes you lose focus of everything else that matters, letting him know that she doesn't give two flips about that dojo, and he better figure it out real quick. So, yeah, wifey's at her end, and I don't know, is it too late? Is she going to be able to get it back? Is he going to be able to woo the wifey back? Oh, Spidey sense. He was right, though, just being a little too liberal about it. Yeah, comic relief. He's a little over the top. He goes like right into cheeseball land. Had to look it up. Chubbs couldn't remember what he looked like. Oh, dude, feel the stingray with the goatee. I mean, yeah. Heretofore, you can refer to me as Stingray. Respect the Hawk. Yeah, that was a good one. He was killing me with that. But Robbie hears a knock at the door, and hey, it's Miguel, and he's not here to fight. He just wants to return the medal and apologize for what happened. And here we see Miguel actually being the good guy, but Robbie not being truthful. So that's definitely going to blow up in his face later. Sam comes down and asks who was that, and he's like, wrong, whatever. Like, yeah, that's not going to end well, because it's going to show Miguel like, I brought that back and told you. And he's like, you did? And yeah, I can already see that whole scene playing out. So that's going to blow up in little Robbie's face. But hey, little Robbie's into it. Sam's looking cute as can be. And can you really be mad at a little young teenager? Like, them hormones are flying. You know, Robbie's about it right now. He's like, oh, no. He's like, I don't want any Miguel back in the picture. I want her all to myself. Danny wants to be the hero like he believes Miyagi does, but Daniel is no hero and just makes every wrong decision. And he should have damn well known better. God, is that beautiful woman waking up in her bed alone every day, day after day. Not good. Not good, Daniel. What are you thinking? That's like 101. Come on now. But back to Cobra Kai, and Johnny's had enough. He finally smartens up and tosses Kreese out, and Kreese just doesn't seem like he's going to vanish into the night without a fight, does he? I mean, that doesn't really seem very Kreese-like. So I think this was a big setup episode, and I think some things are going to happen rapidly because we know this series likes to really keep it moving. So I think some things are going to happen in the next episode. This was a big setup, and Kreese is going to be a problem in the next episode. And then in the next episode, is that when we find out that Tori with a Y is really Kreese's daughter? I'm going to flip if it's not. I'm either that's his daughter from some other thing, and that's how she knows karate, or he really was like a drunk bum, and he like saw her because she already told us that she has a friend that's a bartender. So maybe he met her in a bar or whatever, and he's like came up with this devious plot and plan like to take over Cobra Kai, and he just picked up this random chick to try to mess with Miguel's head. Like something's going on with that. But Kreese and Tori with a Y are in on it together, one way or another. I have a feeling. I've done worse for a girl, right? Haven't we all? Oh, girls make us do some dumb things, and Tori with a Y is going to get our man Miguel in a bad situation. I can already feel it. But yeah, I just wanted to get on here, slept through it and missed Tuesday night. And like I said, wanted to stay on track. So I wanted to get on here and knock this one out and keep them going, keep one a week coming. So like I said, we can roll right into season 3 when it hits right at the beginning of the year. That's going to be fantastic. But yeah, just wanted to get in here, say what's up to everybody. We will be back next Tuesday. Getting it back on track, and should be back on Saturday with some more fantasy football because, we're paying homage to all the teams that are no longer with us and not going to be making the playoffs. So, yeah, I hope you guys are having an absolutely fantastic week, and it only gets better from here. Jake and Peter, you guys be easy. We'll talk to you soon, and, have an absolutely epic weekend. Be easy.